The more you talk over me, I will continue to mute you. I'm telling you that the number that goes up on the system is not an updated number, but you refuse to listen to me.
Welcome back to the show as we continue to expose the clown world bullshit that we currently live in. One of the missions and one of the purposes of the channel is to demonstrate the inadequacies within the family court system. Oftentimes people hear about the malarkey, but they never really see it until now. And this one will be a perfect example of the roles finally reversed when a woman is forced into accountability. So it's going to be a good one. So with that being said, it's going to be a crash out. So go get your popcorn, right? Go stretch, go get flexible, all right? Go get your libation of choice. And let's break this one down in the best way that we know how. Without further ado. Uh-oh.
So Mr. Tullis, basically, she's going to have to start paying you $345 and additional $69 starting April 1st.
Okay. You said 30. You said she'll pay me what now? Let me write this down.
$345 plus an additional $69 a month.
Okay.
So
what if that's not met?
Starting April 1st.
What if that's not met? Because it's kind of been just like she'll start paying, I guess, when the court date is coming up, and then it just goes away. And my son is still, I'm fully with me. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, I guess I've been on the other side of things before when I haven't had a job and, haven't had, been on child support. And I've just seen the ball start rolling a little bit faster with license being suspended, the possibility of incarceration, things of that nature. When will this...
What we can do for Mr. Tullis?
Yes. Okay.
Shout out to all the single fathers out there. I was raised by a single father. Y'all are rare, but needed and necessary. Let's go.
Hey, Mr. Tullis, this is where we are right now. This is an adjudication of arrears, which means we needed to get that dollar amount solidified so that it's now a debt owed against her. It's never going to go away. So we have that in place. We're also going to monitor her payments. If she's not making her payments, after 60 days, then automatic suspension for admin things, such as driver's license, passports, tags, that start. At the end of 90 days, the case is normally referred over to my department, which is where we are right now, for review for a contempt action, because she's eligible for contempting now. If the court finds that she's in contempt and she's not paying and she has the ability to pay, then what will happen is she will go ahead, the court will set a purge. If she doesn't pay the purge, then there's the possibility of incarceration. I need to caution everybody listening in that this is civil. This is not criminal. So Judge Manning doesn't have the legal authority to just lock someone up until they paid the full balance of a purge, because that's what we call debtor's prison, and you don't have that anymore here in Georgia. If she is not working because of barriers to like education, criminal records, or things like that, there are services that we can help give her that will get her on track so that your son is getting, or you're getting assistance for your son as needed. And because we've adjudicated this, I believe we may have Ms. Freeman reach out. I need to think about that and see if she's eligible for the PAC program or if she's not employed or something. But those things are happening right now. So nothing's different depending on whether you're male or female, mom or dad. Whoever is supposed to be paying that money to child support, the same steps happen that happened before.
Okay.
As far as we're concerned, it's only about your son at this point. We play no favorites.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Shout out to the AG. I'm super happy that she slowed down to explain it in that manner, meaning that the mother will be in contempt of court if the proper protocol is not followed. And there's only one man here in a room full of all women. I'd have doubts going into this that he would be treated fairly, but at this point, he definitely is. Interestingly enough, what we're not hearing here is garnishment of wages or threat of her being thrown in jail. But but let's see if we can learn more.
Right, exactly.
Or at least I don't.
Yeah, I surely do appreciate it breaking that down for me. I just want to know how the process went. And that's kind of clear. So like we're looking at now, April, you said, this 345 plus the additional 69 to start.
Yes. And if she's not paying child support like she's supposed to consistently now, then they'll start reaching out to her to ask if she needs services. And if she doesn't respond, then the regular, we have to do the admin part first, which is suspend licenses and all of that. And then it can come to contempt. And unfortunately, we may have to ask you to come back to say that you haven't received anything later on down the line. But that's how the process will go from here on out.
Okay. Let me add this that I know. She hasn't had a license in years due to suspension of her license for drunk driving and things like that.
Oh, we don't need this because
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I understand.
But I guess my question is that a step that gets skipped if that's already has happened?
No, unfortunately not, because the way the law is set up. But we've had this case. We filed this case a while ago. So she may be eligible to be looked at for contempt more quickly if she's not been making payments consistently. I don't have her last on my note. Agent Ms. Freeman, can you see when her last payment was?
Her last payment was made on January 31st in the amount of $85.80.
Okay. That's relatively low. So, but a payment was made. And so that's going to trigger the clock to start over. But what I'm going to ask our PAC coordinator to do is reach out and see what's going on. If you can for me.
Okay. Yeah,
and then let me know.
Okay, so we haven't seen the baby mama yet. We're gonna see her in a quick second. Trust me, she gonna come in like a wrecking ball. Nevertheless, quick emergency meeting. I was recently searching for my name online and found way too much personal information, which brought me down this weird rabbit hole of how that could have happened, and found out that there's companies out there called data brokers that will sell your data to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And it's a nasty, disgusting feeling knowing that there's bad actors out there selling my information, selling your information for profit. But that's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. Now, I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep my information off. But they do other things as well, such as bank fraud and identity theft alerts, VPN access. But guys, utilize my link down in the description box down below for a 14-day trial. At least see if you've been compromised. Privacy is king in this day and age, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link, aura.com/MTR, in the description box down below to try 2 weeks free. That's way more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. Go now. Y'all already know I would always promote getting a lawyer for these child support hearings, but I understand the economy's tough, money is tight. If you do not get a lawyer, you have to do your best into collecting and documenting all of the receipts. How much is she paying? What is she paying? Get everything. I would not allow other people in the room to recount receipts that you should have access to. He got lucky within this situation because she called it out, and you essentially do not want to delay things further or give the other party any excuses of squirming their way out of accountability. The more receipts you have, the less likely that they can do that. All right, let's go.
Because if I do need to file something, I can, if she can fit into the program so that we can get consistent payments then. Okay, Mr. Tell us I think you've heard Judge Manning talk about the PAC program a little bit, and what that's called is parent accountability. And what's different about that from fatherhood is that it's governed by the court. She still has to report to another judge, Judge Brasher, who meets with them once a month. And then Ms. Freeman, who is on the call with us today, will monitor her. She has weekly contact with the participants of PAC to make sure that they're on the right track to do. And if there are any other barriers she can help provide services from the state. Not that this is the case with the current CP, but say, for instance, if a criminal record is preventing them from being able to get a job, the state will provide what's called a bond to assure the company that there will be no problems, and then that person can go work. So if there's a job out there, Ms. Freeman will find it for her.
There she is.
Okay.
There she is.
Will I get a copy of this?
Oh, she's back.
Oh, okay.
Order? Yes. Okay, I believe. Well, okay. Well, we're done. So, Ms. Pate, what's happened is this was an adjudication of arrears. This is the last case on the calendar. And so the court proceeded to go forward because we need to let Mr. Tillis go back to work. The arrears were adjudicated at $4,292.59 as of February 28th. Your current child support payment is $345, and a repay of $69 has been added to begin on April the 1st.
When I looked into the system, the child support balance is only supposed to be $2,900. When I looked into the system, the child support balance is only supposed to be $2,932.59. That's the amount that's in the system. What's the $4,000?
Because when you looked into the system, we can only start charging for the amount of time until we get to this, which is an adjudication of arrears. Mr. Tillis provided what's called an affidavit, which was in the packet that you received when you were served. And that's the amount that we are adjudicating right now. That has been added to that $2,000 in the system to bring your total up to $4,292.
But you're not supposed to add that to the $2,000. That's included in the $2,000. The reason why I'm saying
that's what court is. That's what court is for. That is literally why we are here
what
today.
I'm saying is,
hold on, ma'am. Listen to Ms. Clark Davis.
I hear her. No, what I was saying was the $1,000.
Talking over her, so I'm muting you. Go ahead, Ms. Clark Davis.
So we can't put on the system the arrears affidavit until the amount that's on the arrears until we've had a hearing. We had a hearing today, and we added that information to the system, which is why the total is now combined to the additional amount. The other thing was this case did not have an arrears repo added to it. So that's where the $69 extra a month is coming for to pay down the balance. Okay. Now, if you have proof today that you have paid Mr. Tillis that money from the affidavit, we're open to seeing the receipts.
Very.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. When we received the complaint for child support, when it says that we owe the $1,360, then that's as of 7/7/2022. The only thing that's added to the $1,360 after that is the $354 that's supposed to be paid monthly. Mr. Tullis has received monies through IWO, and he's also received monies through direct payment. So another arrears affidavit needs to be completed by Mr. Tullis. As of January 31st, Mr. Tullis has received at least a payment of $1,000 on the case. So that arrears balance needs to be done over. The $4,000 is not correct.
Your Honor, do you need to hear the testimony again with Ms. Pate currently present, or does the court want to rely on the testimony that was given earlier?
Okay, all right. First off, bye, Felicia. Second off, she's attempting to do a lot of deflection right now in hopes of steering clear away from accountability. But did you guys pick up on how much in arrears that she currently owes? That amount means that she's either been A, consistently missing, or B, consistently underpaying for what it sounds like years already, because I think she said this is back in 2022. The line needs to be drawn in the sand because this man is taking care of the child full time. He's got full custody, and this was a court order. If the shoe was on the other foot, everybody would be calling him a broke, dusty, bum, bastard. Everything up under the sun in order to discredit him, emasculate him. So in return, why is she not an ain't shit bum, unable to afford the children that pop up out of inside of her? Why? Why mercy on her, but not mercy on him? But let's see how Bye Felicia acknowledges the news from the judge. Let's go.
I mean, I heard this testimony was given earlier. I'm fine.
So that's what I'm saying.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So if the system says that I only owe $2,930 something as of January 31st, then we don't add the $1,360 to the $2,900. The $1,300 is as of July 2022. The $2,900 is as of February 2023. If we do 3 times 12, that's like what?
36,000.
She's frozen, and I'm absolutely happy with she hasn't presented anything other than what she thinks that the math has been wrong.
Thank you, Your Honor. Then we'd ask that be the final order of the court. Mr. Tillis, am I frozen too?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Tillis, then everything stands as we discussed just a moment ago. Ms. Freeman, I still need you to reach out to Ms. Tate when you have a moment to see if she needs any additional services.
Will you guys send me this information today?
Yes, sir. Okay. As soon as the court signs the order, you'll receive a copy in the mail.
Okay.
Oh, if you put your email address in the copy the email address out of the
come back, baby.
Chat, which is court120@dhs.ga.gov. Send a message to that email on Friday or after Friday, and we'll send you a copy of the order.
Can you? I don't have it in my chat. Can you say it to me one more time so I can write it down?
Yes, it's court COURT 120@dhs.ga.gov.
Look at
DHS
dot GA.gov.
GOV. And you said,
before she pops off, what's interesting about this as well, and this is why I try to talk to as many of my young G's as possible. I can look at her for less than 10 seconds and tell you the type of mouth that this young lady has, the type of attitude that this young lady will display. She will stop at nothing to sign language you to death. The shame, the insults, she'll guilt trip you into wherever. She'll always be right in accordance to her as well as her ego. Why y'all going raw daddy in these women? For what? Was the thrill of the climax more important or more valuable than wasting time in a courtroom trying to get money up out of her? Was it worth it? And I know it's it's a loaded question because there's a life that was produced, one of which can continue purpose within your life, but you still have her as a mother, as a mouth, as someone who is somewhat tied to you because you chose climax raw over protection and safety. Now through her incessant need to be right, even talking about the numbers that have been documented as if it's a current math equation that the court has gotten wrong, she is now in contempt and doesn't care and will continue to force her to come into these court proceedings in order to just waste your time. Meanwhile, she knows damn well she should be taking that money and putting in them child support payments, but instead she prioritizes what her hairstyle looks like. She should prioritize her damn Wi-Fi bill, but good decision-making is not her strong suit. Let's see the crash out.
I need to send an email to you guys or you?
Yes, if you will send an email to us so that we have your email address, we'll send you a copy of the order.
Okay, so
Thank you.
All right, so I just went on the system now, and the arrears balance is only $3,277.59.
The system's not an updated number.
Do you guys?
The updated number is $3,277.59.
Updated number.
Do you guys still need me?
No,
sir. The order has only been in effect since 2021. It's only 2023.
Thank you, Mr. Tullis.
Your Honor, Mr. Tullis.
I don't care what's right. And this is what I be talking about. Y'all I want to be on my case. I do not owe no $4,000. I only owe $3,277.59, and that needs to be the balance of the owner arrears.
The number that is on
you don't add $1,000. No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The number that is on the system is not an updated number. The number on the system, once again, is not an updated number. It is behind. Stop unmuting, because the more you talk over me, I will continue to mute you. I'm telling you that the number that shows up on the system is not an updated number, but you refuse to listen to me.
Ma'am, when will I
get not an updated number? You are not listening. Okay, unmute yourself one more time and I will remove you. That's it. Goodbye. All right. Goodbye.
Listen, the look on the woman's face. Look at it. What I think I love the most about this entire interaction is, although this young lady was doing the young brother dirty for so long now, he maintained calmness. He maintained coolness. He wasn't speaking out of turn. And I know it's easier in that situation because, you know, it's what you owe. But I've also watched videos of brothers that get down up in there and they're more emotional in nature. And, you know, they are not logically thinking. So they're talking out of turn. They're cutting off the judge. And it just represents itself in bad form. That's why I try to push frame so much to you guys when you're in these situations of conflict. Understand the environment that you are operating in. Let their emotions ride high and let them talk themselves underneath the jail with their contempt of court and whatever else that they're leading off with. But if you're a man, if you're a father, you must understand the environment that you are operating in. It is your job and your duty not only to provide with what you got, but to protect that young person in this position. That means knowing your rights. That means collecting receipts. That means enforcing agreements. That means refusing to be passive when it comes to the responsibility that you have created. All right. The masculinity necessary to operate well within the modern world here today does not stand up on ego without purpose. It does not stand up on bravado or reacting and flexing on people and saying this. That's not it. That's not intelligent masculinity. That's not what we do up on here, all right? And also remember this, right? Because we have these conversations from time to time. And it's within the idea that, you know, accountability is always going to reveal their character, all right? I think that within a relationship, it's easy for the other to create an environment where accountability is never achieved, or it's like half accountability, right? They may say, yeah, I did do that, but then they don't take ownership to fix the bullshit of what they caused, the solution for it. But when pressure is applied, and we've seen the pressure applied right here, the excuses fall apart. And the men within it who are disciplined, intentional, and proactive within it will always outlast the chaos that their environment has created around them, all right? So ensure that you build a life in a way that no one can utilize your emotions to rewrite the narrative for you. You must stay sharp. You must make wise decisions. You must stay documented, and you must stay disciplined. It is absolutely necessary, because when the moment comes, the court will not save you. Only your preparation and the paperwork will. All right, guys, drop me your questions, comments, concerns down up in the comment box down below. Shout out to Aura for sponsoring this video. Again, as I always say, these crazy videos and seeing the wild behavior reminds me to never have my private information available on these public websites. Utilize my link down below to get 2 free weeks of access to at least see if your private information has been exposed. Go right now and continue to protect yourself, all right? All right. Appreciate you guys. I love you. Tell me what you think about the content I placed out in front of you here today. I cannot wait to see your thoughts. And I love you guys. Stay safe out there. Until next time. Peace.
So, without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound when it's MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.